Be the worst is yet to come. Did I days that do the phobe and stay forever young? This I know, this I know. She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We know that we can't go without it. She told me don't never be in love. Oh, I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it, but I love it. Oh, I can't feel my face when I'm with you, hey, but I love it, but I love it. You know it should be the death of me, the least will not be done. Then that you always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. And now all the music necessary, and we dipping up, yes I know. She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We know that we can't go without it. She told me you'll never be in love. Ooh, I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it, but I love it. Ooh, I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Ooh, I love it, but I love it, but I love it. All right, enough of that. All right, how y'all doing this night? It's your host, Keandre. You're on the Keandre Opinion Show. And tonight is a very special night because we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of things tonight. So, if you guys got the whole little advertisement yesterday, you guys knew that I was going to make this video where you guys could comment and tell me what you guys want me to talk about and I get my opinion about it. All right? And this is what I'm going to be doing tonight. Now, all you people on Facebook who talked about issues that were related to black people, I get you guys at the end because I'm actually going to have a whole dig to talk about what's going on with black people at the end. But I want to get these people first, so just hang on till I get to you guys as soon as possible, okay? But first, we got up this one person on Instagram, and now I'm going to keep you guys' name anonymous, okay? This one person said, talk about how corrupt the media is and how the government is lying to us about everything. You know what? I applaud you, whoever wrote that. Let's give him applause. You guys ain't got to clap because y'all don't clap anyways. But anyways, we need more people to think like this boy right here. Too many people going around actually believing everything our media is telling us and what our government is telling us and what their mama and grandmama they told them. They'll just go off and believe anything and just continue to be naive about the whole situation that we're all going through, even in the world itself. People yet act like nothing is like going on bad with our media and our government and how they lie to us all the time. See, with the media, they like to put out these propagandas and stuff, and they do it psychologically. They do it so well psychologically, they mess with us, and they actually make it easy for us to actually believe what they're saying. But smart people, really smart people, know not to believe what they say because smart people can back it up with facts or do some research themselves and realize all the lies that they are telling is not true at all whatsoever. Even their half lies end up being multiple lies. So, you know, that's just something to take into consideration. Also, with our government, we have politicians coming in the White House all the time talking about, well, we gonna do this, we gonna help these immigrants, we gonna help these poor people, we gonna do this. And then they just telling us, just get in our heads to make us feel like some type of emotion come out so that way we can feel like we need to, so that we can feel like it's important to vote for that person. And that's how they get in our minds with all the lies that they tell us all the time and about what they're gonna do. Okay, so now I'm about to go into my Facebook where I also have some people also suggest some topics for me that I should talk about. So hold on, wait a minute, slow. Oh, here we go. Okay, so a person from Facebook who is anonymous said that they wanted me to talk about bodybuilding motivation. Now, I will say this, anonymous person. I'm not like no pro athlete. I'm not in like the NFL, the NBA, or I'm not Mike Tyson. I'm not The Walk. Okay, so you know I'm not gonna just throughout the whole sciences behind muscles and all that. I mean, all I can really tell you is that if you really want to get strong, you might want to continuously do what you do, like lift weights constantly, because I'm quite sure you're going to get stronger faster by doing that, and just to stick with it as long as your body doesn't get any type of harm from it, as long as your body can maintain homeostasis. That's all I can really tell you. But thank you for your suggestion, okay? And this person, this anonymous person, wanted me to talk about Trump versus Democrats. Well, this is an important thing that's going on right now. And a lot of people just think that Donald Trump runs the whole Republican Party. They don't just think this on purpose. But when most people think about the Republican Party as of right now, 2016, the only person that they can really think of is Donald Trump. I mean, it's like Donald Trump leads the whole Republican Party all of a sudden. I don't know how people get this mentality or what, but hey. And one thing I noticed with this whole thing lately, every time I watch Donald Trump's rallies, I'm always seeing like some Ku Klux Klan members show up, some white supremacists or whatnot, and then I'm always seeing a black person get their behinds whooped every time they go to one of his rallies. And I'm getting really sick and tired of seeing this all the time, and yet more and more people come out of nowhere just jumping up and say, we support Donald Trump, he's going to make America great again. Again, I don't know how many times I gotta keep telling you guys this. Donald Trump is gonna make this country go down in ruins. We will be dead if Donald Trump even becomes president. And not only that, but anybody who's non-white is gonna suffer if he becomes president. That's something that non-white people need to, get used to. They need to realize that if he becomes president, that's what's gonna happen. So be smart to all people who are not white, who are saying that they are going to vote for Donald Trump because they support him. And also, another thing I want to talk about with this whole thing too. Stop saying that Donald Trump is going to be a good president just because he has good business experience. He doesn't have any, what should I say, any type of experience with politics at all. Yeah, he can make a whole speech about politics, but that doesn't mean he actually will know what to do when he actually goes to work with politics. I really wish people would stop saying dumb stuff like that. And then with the whole Democratic thing, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, and some other Democrats that I just totally forgot about because they seem to be like irrelevant. I don't mean that in a mean way, but you can easily tell that they're irrelevant because you never really hear about other Democrats. But the two I want to focus on is Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders. Now, it seems like all what they're doing is just pandering to black people just to make them vote for them. Now, maybe they are true about all the things they're going to do for black people. Who knows? But, politicians have lied to us so many times. I don't even think I should believe them. Nor do I think black people should get too unreliable on Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders. Because, and I'll tell you guys, when I get to this, I want to say next topic or the next two topics why black people should get too reliable with Hillary Clinton's and Bernie Sanders word of what they're going to do when they become president. Okay, but the next thing for the next person is this woman. Her name is anonymous again. I'm not going to put y'all names out because I don't want y'all to come home and see some crazy man, some crackhead coming in your house, eating your food or stealing anything in your house, okay? So I won't say y'all names. It's just private, okay? Confidential. So this woman said, black actors and actresses versus white actors and actresses regarding the Oscar nominations. I would love to hear your insight, and I would love to talk about that. If you're watching the video, if you put that comment, okay? And here's the thing. Lately, as you guys know, there's been a big war between white people and black people over the whole Oscar things and the whole Oscar boycott. Now, at first, I was riding hard with Jada Pinkett Smith, but then I realized, all of a sudden, she didn't get any awards, nor did Will Smith. And I'm quite sure Will Smith could have deserved some type of award. I mean, I didn't watch this movie Concussion, but just from the previews, it looked like a pretty good movie. So, he should have probably got something. But again, I didn't watch the movie, so I'm not going to speak too much on that. But it's just funny how all of a sudden, how she didn't get awarded or her husband get awarded, and now all of a sudden she want to start something. I'm not against the idea because black people have been, overlooked a lot lately, especially with like R&B music. Like black people have been overlooked with their own music genre that they created, R&B. You have people like Adele, who is white, who's getting more recognition for it, and yet you have many other black people who make better R&B songs. I'm sorry, but Adele's not really It's not really much of an R&B singer to me. She's more like some pop or some other type of music genre. But that's another subject. I'm getting way off track. But here's my thing about the whole thing. Do I think black people should create their own little nomination award type show? Of course. I mean, we should continue to celebrate our support, the Soul Train Awards, the NAACP Awards, and stuff like that. BET Awards. I mean, we basically already have all these shows where we have black people getting nominated, and we need to stick with that. We can't just allow it to be changed over years, because I find this very awkward. But every time black people come up with something, we always like to try to change it up, or find something else and just leave it behind all of a sudden, and then somebody else and then other people from other races want to come and be a part of it, and then they get control of it, and then when black people want to go back to what they invented, black people start complaining about why they're not getting recognized or even paid attention to about it. And that's the reason why, because we always quick to leave things that we invent, that we come up with. And so I hope that answered your question. Thank you for your suggestion. Okay, next person. Now this is where I'm going to start getting to the whole subject about the state of black people. Okay, this is a very serious topic to me. Okay, this next person said he wanted me to talk about building financial wealth in the black community. This is very important, because when you watch the news, it just seems like, in a way, that black people acting against some of that stuff is propaganda, but some of that stuff is really true. I'm not going to lie about that, okay? Some of that stuff that you do see on the news about black people, it just really shows you how much a lot of black people are in dire need of money. For instance, you got black people killing each other over a pair of Jordans. And I want to say, like, a couple years ago, I want to say 2011, 2012, 2013, one of those years, here in Houston, you had a whole bunch of black people at the Greenspoint Mall lined up outside of the mall from the shoe store inside, waiting on the new pair of Jordans that came out back then. And guess who were all there? Black people. Not just black people, but black people who shouldn't have any business buying $300 pairs of shoes. Because, they probably paid their rent, their water bills, none of that stuff. These people actually look like they didn't have much money. But you seen them in the lines early in the morning, like the Gap Band or something. You seen them out there early in the morning trying to get them Jordans, even though they like expensive as I really don't know why. That's another topic for another day. But back to what I was talking about. So I really do think that we should build some like financial base in the black communities, because we show in so many ways. And one way we're gonna, as black people, should make money and continue to keep that money going for years and years within our communities is, we need to, whatever we come out with, whatever businesses we do, whatever ventures we start, music genres, or any of that type of stuff, any type of thing we do, we need to learn how to capitalize on it and continue to stay consistent with it. For instance, jazz, a great music genre that black people came out with, which I think originated from New Orleans back in the 1800s. Very good, again. And it was invented by black people, as I say again. However, over years, black people start coming out with different music genres, and we just seen them like continuously lose the focus for jazz over the years, and we start going into rock and roll, pop, R&B, hip hop. We just continue to change, our ways of adventures of styles of music over the years. And so now when you think of jazz, you think of white people, Hispanics, you think of any other person, because we just forgot all about it. And because we didn't really think much about capitalizing off of our gift of creating jazz, we now find it hard to find some black jazz singers who get recognized, like who get a lot of Grammys. So, that's just the thing that goes with it. That's one thing we need to do. And also another thing we need to do is we need to stop being so dependent on our government. as a matter of fact, Malcolm X even warned against this in one of his speeches when he was talking about the practice of black economics. He warned black people against becoming integrated with white people because he feared that black people would become too dependent on white people. And in a sense, that is true. You look at today, you will see that black people are always trying to depend on white people. You always see black people running out to the government, saying, well, we need this, we need this, we need that. When in reality, we need to, just create our own things. If our government refuses to give black people what they need, like money, any type of economic base, we need to create it ourselves and stop whining and complaining to other people and begging for what we need. We need to create it ourselves, creating our own businesses, anything, anything that we can think of that's going to help us get money so that there wouldn't be so many poor people in these black communities. That's something we need to practice. And also, if you guys don't believe me that we need to stay consistent with what we do, the businesses we open, banks we open, hospitals, anything that relates to making money in the black communities, think about South Africa and the black people there. See, you had back in the 1800s before imperialism, you had Europeans, which let's just face it, white people, coming over and trying to colonize different areas of Africa just to find a new way to find some new natural resources just to make some money. That's what they were coming over to Africa to do. South Africa was the main spot for where the white people were coming to take over the natural resources that black people were working on just to make their own money there. However, black people did not know how to capitalize off of the natural resources that they had at the time, especially in South Africa. And guess what? White people took it over, and then you had the South African apartheid. Good thing that's over now. Good thing that's over. But however, you look at the state of black people in South Africa, they're not in a good state economically. You see a lot of poor black people, and statistics show you this. They will show you this. And it's all because they didn't know how to capitalize off of what they had, off of their own talents, off of the things that they discovered first, off of things that they pioneered at. They allowed to be taken over by and just end up where they are now. That's something that we need to look at as a lesson with black people here, and even all over Africa, because it's common in Africa. It's happened during the imperialism period a lot, where Europeans are trying to take over different areas of Africa. And then you had a country like Ethiopia, which is the only African nation in Africa that did not go under European control because they refused to give away their natural resources and all the things that they built up on just to work on, just to make money for. They refused to give it all up to the Europeans. They said we're gonna defend what we have, we're gonna defend what we worked on, and we're gonna defend our money. We're gonna defend everything about our nation. We're not gonna allow you guys to knock it down stuff, y'all. Anyways, we're not going to allow you guys to just take over our nation. That's why Ethiopia was the only African nation in Africa to not go under European control. And that's something we need to take a lesson of. And for black people here in America, stop allowing yourselves to stay in these states by begging other people or just allowing other people to just basically come over and take away our businesses and stuff like that. And we need to stay consistent with what we do, the businesses we open and all that. If you take a look at the Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and how, that was a successful black neighborhood. They had a whole bunch of businesses, and they flourished. And so you want to know what that meant? That means they weren't poor, and that means they didn't have a lot of crime. However, you had a whole bunch of white supremacists who got mad because they were making a lot more money than them, so they decided to just totally ruin the whole neighborhood. And then guess what? They ended up going back to where they were. But again, the whole point is, if we can find some ways to create our own businesses and know how to defend what we have, we wouldn't have to worry about it ever being taken away from us. The same way if the black people had, found a better way to kind of defend what they had, knowing what the times they were living in, where they were hated a lot, they probably wouldn't have been affected as bad. They still would have had some of their business, some of their houses. I mean, I'm not saying that they totally had control over what happened. I'm just saying they probably could have found a better way to kind of defend what they had. And they probably wouldn't have, just all had to leave the area. And that's just all I'm trying to say. In order for us to really be financially successful as black people, we gotta get rid of this ratchet mentality. That's gotta go. And if it's not gonna go, we need to all the right-minded black people we need to just disassociate ourselves with those type of people because they're not gonna do us any good. We need to persecute them, run them out of the black communities the same way Jesus ran them people up at the temple. That's what we need to do. We really want to start making a change in these communities. That's what we need to start doing. And once we start doing that, we need to start creating our own businesses, hospitals, all that, houses, neighborhoods, whatever. You can name it, whatever. And we need to stay consistent with that and learn how to capitalize off of the things that we make of ourselves. All right, now I might continue to do one of these discussion nights soon. Just watch out for not watch out. Stay tuned for my posts on my social media apps like Instagram or Facebook, and you guys will know when I'll be posting another one of these discussion nights. I hope you guys liked and subscribe. Bye bye.